your God. The God whom you serve so faithfully. Will he be able to rescue you? So then this man who don't even believe in God, okay, I need to relax, goes home that night and fast. Can we? Okay,
I'm weak.
I need to calm down.
Thanks.
Okay, I need to
Turn down entertainment.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to Kingdom Prototype, the blueprint for abundant living. I'm your girl Lex.
I'm your girl Jazz.
And welcome back, beautiful people. All right, y'all. So we are still in our Counting the Cost series, where we are basically actually applying what Jesus said. Okay, we are actually doing what he said. We're not just being hearers. Okay, oh, can we talk about it?
That's good.
We're being doers of the word. So this series, we've been literally counting the cost of truly following Jesus, because oftentimes we don't count it. Okay, and then stuff goes crazy, it shit spin, we be in the thick of it, and then we unstable. Okay, we double-minded, and then we like Jesus who?
Right. Yeah, like we it's definitely important for us to count the cost, so we can understand what we are getting ourselves into when it comes to being in relationship with Jesus.
Exactly.
And I mean, he tells us, and Jesus, he lays out everything. So let's read Luke chapter 14, verses 28 through 30. And this is the New Living Translation. So Jesus says, "But don't begin until you count the costs. For who would begin construction of a building without first calculating the cost to see if there is enough money to finish it? Otherwise, you might complete only the foundation before running out of money, and then everyone would laugh at you. They would say, 'There's the person who started that building and couldn't afford to finish it.'" Okay. So what I get from that is, Jesus most likely wouldn't talk about a literal building. So what I get from that is just making sure that we are aware of what it looks like to follow Jesus. So that way, when we are building our lives on Jesus, we're able to endure, and we're not, being lukewarm Christians where we claim Jesus and claim to follow Jesus, but we're living like the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I get from it. Just making sure that we understand what comes with it, so we're not like caught off guard, and we're not easily discouraged when it comes to following Jesus.
Exactly. Yeah. So that we don't quit.
Facts.
Like midway through. Sometimes we don't even get midway.
That's
Sometimes
real.
we don't even get midway through, and we just kind of turn back and walk away. Right. And she's like, but if we can count the cost, if we can know what it truly entails, then when it gets hard, then when that foundation gets built, and now we gotta start building the outside of the thing to keep up with his analogy. Right. We don't just be like, nah, bro, I'm good, love, enjoy it. Like, we keep going.
Facts. So the most important thing is building that solid foundation, and then, building from there. Because the thing is, it's really not fair for us Christians, because whether we like it or not, our lives are literally on display. Like, I feel like the moment you proclaim Jesus, or you proclaim Jesus or proclaim to be a believer, it's just like everybody, it's like all eyes on you. Like, it's just like,
magnifying.
Yeah, like literally, I like that, under a magnifying glass. And it's just like, so that's why it's so important for us to build a solid foundation, so we're not out here looking silly. Because the spiritual warfare is going to come, the trials is going to come, but at least if we have that solid foundation, we're able to keep building. And even when we get knocked down, we're able to get back up and just keep building, keep going. And that looks it looks good to the people who are watching us. You know what I'm saying? Because it I don't know, I feel like it's encouraging to see that.
Very much so. And there's some knockdowns that we could avoid.
Facts.
With our decision making. You're talking about having the solid foundation, people watching, under a magnifying glass, all of that jazz, and we're gonna get knocked down, we're gonna get back up, and da. But some of us are out here getting knocked down like for no reason.
That's good.
Because we're making decisions that is causing us to fall, and causing us to now go through all of this stuff that God actually never even intended for us to go through. And then we point the finger at him, and
per usual.
That's another conversation.
Yeah, that's good, because it makes me think about people who don't count the cost and don't necessarily care that their lives are, or maybe don't realize that they're under a magnifying glass as a believer. So that can look like, somebody saying that they're a believer, I follow Jesus, I love Jesus, Jesus is Lord, but you stay cussing people out. You know what I'm saying? You stay doing things that Jesus commanded you specifically not to do. I'm talking about like a continuous, you just out here just doing these things.
That's just how I am.
Exactly. That's just how I am.
Don't get me started.
So yeah, it's definitely, we bring a lot of it on ourselves. So that's why it's so important for us to count the costs.
Yeah, very much so. So that we can now, once we are aware, we can move differently. Once we are aware, we can then choose to do, like, we got options. Awareness births options, multiple choice. Right. And that is a big part of counting the cost. You were saying, this was earlier in another episode, go watch it. This idea of we are in control of our response. So when we count the costs, now we can, and we understand that our lives are on display. Now we can choose how we respond to things.
Right.
I can choose, you know what, I can't respond that way because I know Sally, Bobo, and Ray Ray are watching me. Other people's faith, can we talk about it? I'm sorry, I got mad. Man, I'll be tearing your arm up.
It's all good.
Little massage.
Oh, we.
Other people's faith is connected, whatever the correct grammar is, other people's faith is connected to you in your life.
That's good.
Go ahead.
That's true. Like, people are dependent on us to be who we say we are, to really live like we believe in Jesus. So that's good. And I also want to speak to the fact that not only is our lives on display to other people, but the enemy, our lives is on display to the enemy as well. So that's why it's so important for us to count the cost and to also just make the decision to, like I said, not be lukewarm and actually live for Jesus for real. Because if we out here playing and being, lukewarm, 1 foot in the kingdom, 1 foot in the world, that gives the enemy way too much access to our lives.
Yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, in that it opens the door to spiritual warfare that we didn't even have to bring on ourselves. So now we looking crazy.
That ain't warfare, that's just decision. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
that part too.
My bad.
So it brings all these issues that we didn't even have to deal with if we would have counted the cost and actually moved different. If that makes sense.
Yeah, very much so. That actually brings to life that scripture in Peter, 1 Peter, however it goes. That's a book in the Bible. Oh, it is. I made up a whole book. Yes, where it says that the enemy, it says to essentially be on alert because the enemy prowls around like a lion looking for whom he can devour, I believe is how it goes. And so that just brings back to life that our lives are on display to literally everybody, to God, to our family, to our friends, to strangers, to your coworker, to literally everybody, including the enemy, because he wants to devour us. And so he's looking. Oh, when it goes
opportunity.
Exactly. Oh, shoot. Like, what's their weakness? Okay. Exactly. What parts of their life haven't they surrendered to God?
That's good.
What parts of their life are they not operating in the power of God? Because he know what the power of God. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely know. That's so good, because I feel like a lot of times when we're feeling condemnation and we're feeling guilt and just a strained relationship with God, most times it is an area of our lives that we have not fully surrendered to God. So I do feel like it's important to kind of analyze or assess our lives and just see what areas do we need to lean more on God in our lives. So that's really good. Yeah. Facts. So yeah, that's good. Very much. Because the whole point is for God to get glory out of our lives. So if he's not getting glory out of our lives, it's like,
who is?
Right.
Can we talk about it? Because somebody's getting glory out of your lives.
That's good.
And so my question is, who? Is it the kingdom of heaven? Is it the kingdom of darkness? Who's getting the glory? When people look at your life, I got questions. Who do they see?
That's good.
I know. That's a hard question.
That's good.
But who do they see?
Right. And I mean, honestly, it's so many examples in the Bible where God used people to display his glory to the world. Of course, one of the biggest or the most popular examples, I guess, is just Israel. And what's it? Isaiah chapter 49 verse 3. This is the New Living Translation. It says, God intended to use Israel to display his glory to the world. He said to me, you are my servant Israel, and you will bring me glory. But the issue came in where Israel didn't count the cost, or maybe they didn't realize the totality of their responsibility of being what's the word, a model, or allowing God to use them to this a blueprint,
being the kingdom prototype.
Exactly. Or allowing God to use them to display their glory, his glory.
Yeah, very much so. I think that could be, they didn't count the cost. Also, sometimes we just don't want to pay the cost.
Right.
Sometimes we just get so caught up in what was. I'm just thinking about Israel. I'm really thinking about them in the wilderness is what I'm really thinking about. And how they were just, this is all that we had back in Egypt.
Right.
You know, we was this way, we was fine, blah, 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 blah. And oftentimes we can count the cost, but we might not want to pay the cost.
That's true.
Of giving up stuff that was good. That was good. He was good to me. Okay, this friendship was good to me. Okay, this certain lifestyle, can we talk about it? Was good to me. Wait a minute, Jesus, what you mean? Get that up. That's expensive. I had a good time.
Right.
All right, I'm done.
That's good. But the thing is, it's like when we don't count the cost. Like, for example, when Israel rebelled against God and they did the complete opposite of what God was, commanded them to do, they only dug themselves in a deeper hole. They only made things worse for themselves, because now you got other nations looking like, oh, okay, well, you know what I'm saying, their God must not be with them. So because their life is on display, you have other nations looking at them like, okay, yeah, they just look, basically what I'm getting at, they look weak. Because they were not operating in the lifestyle that God commanded them to operate in. Yeah. And they wouldn't count nothing.
So good. Very much so. God allowed it. How often in the Bible will you read that God allowed this country, what's the right terminology? This country to capture them. Oh my God, I'm sorry. This is coming together. Because I think about, he literally says in the Bible that he raised up, was it King Nebuchadnezzar? He raised him up. Nebuchadnezzar. He raised him up. Somebody who didn't even believe in him.
That's real.
All because to bring punishment and judge y'all. Okay, I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna stop talking because they're not about to like what I'm about to say. Y'all not about to like what I'm about to say, because we live in a world, in a society where we preach that God's just so graceful. He don't get angry. There ain't no punishment. Listen, there ain't no punishment. Okay, he doesn't bring about any of that. But like literally, he allowed Israel, Jerusalem, to be captured and go into bondage to Babylon. Because of their rebellion, because of their disobedience, because they was out here worshiping other gods and living the life contrary to what Jesus believed. But yet you think that God won't bring no punishment.
That's good.
To you? Make that make sense. Okay, I'm done. And we don't like that.
That's good. And the thing is, it wasn't just a one-time thing. He was constantly raising up people against Israel because of their rebellion. And it's just, they could have avoided all of that if they just would have counted the cost, or maybe just took him seriously, like, because he laid out all the terms and conditions of their relationship, of his expectations of the building of the nation, and they just out there. Yeah,
he ain't for real.
Right? Yeah, and they learned.
He just talking just
exactly, and they definitely learned the hard way for sure. Yes. And even I think about Moses too, because going back to talking about how our lives are on display, Moses had a lot of responsibility as God's chosen prophet, because he literally had to lead a nation of people, of rebellious people who ain't even listen to God. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jesus.
So it's like, what I'm gonna do with these people? So these
your folks,
right? Exactly. And so of course God had he commanded Moses to, at the rock, when he told Moses to speak to the rock and the rock would pour out water for the people, but Moses chose to do his own thing. Moses caught an attitude and it's just like, must I bring out the water from this rock or something like that. So because of that, because of his disobedience, because of his rebellion, he had to suffer the consequence. So he wasn't allowed to go into the promised land. And
bro, can you just imagine?
Yeah,
like my boy don't went through hell and back. Can we just be honest? Like he was thrown into the river at 2 or how old he was. Then he was raised in Potiphar's Pharaoh's house, whoever's house he was raised in. And then, you know, he killed the dude. Yeah. And then he went to the wilderness for 40 years. And then he had to go back through the wilderness for all those, like, deliver the people, stand up to Pharaoh, all that jazz. Like, he went through hell and back just to get to the very end. Can we talk about it?
That's, wow. I never really thought about it like that. But it just, yeah, that's crazy. But it just goes to show you how important it is to count the cost and then, you know, realize the role you play. Like, realize, I guess, the position that you're in when it comes to representing God. Because I feel like, you know, even all the great stuff that Moses did, he still had a moment where, you know, he, like we talked about in the previous episode, we had selfish interests, or maybe he was just frustrated, whatever the case was. Yes. Yeah, just frustrated. But the point is, he wasn't obedient in that moment to God, and then he had to suffer the consequences.
And it cost him everything. I don't know if we're supposed to go here, but what is your disobedience costing you? Like,
yes.
Like, you living your life the way that you are living it, that is outside of God's will. What is that costing you? I know. We just took a major turn.
Yeah, I gotta take a sip of water on that
We just took a major turn. I know. But I got questions.
I don't even know what to say to that, because that's so true.
Yeah.
Like, is it worth it?
Yeah. That's good. And I ask my question again. So when people look at your life, who do they see? What God do they see? What kingdom do they see? I got questions. All right. I'm going to move. This is your episode. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, cool. Because the whole point, because we about to bring this right on in. Okay, we about to bring this right on in. Because Daniel is literally the epitome of the whole point of our lives being on display. I love the book of Daniel. I love Daniel and his life. Because here is Daniel. He's in Babylon, correct? Mm-hmm. And so he's with all these people who don't even believe in God.
Right.
But how often, I got so many questions. How often in the book of Daniel do you see people refer to the Most High God? I'm about to run.
That's good.
I'm about to run.
That's really good.
I'm about to run. Go ahead.
It reminds me of when Daniel was called in to interpret a dream for Nebuchadnezzar, and Nebuchadnezzar basically just like, no, because none of his magicians and astrologers was able to tell him the dream. So when Daniel came in here and did his thing, you know, and through the power of God helped him interpret a dream, Nebuchadnezzar issued a decree basically saying that anyone who disrespects the God of Daniel, look, y'all getting thrown into, I forgot the punishment. We just gonna say thrown into the lion's den or thrown into the fiery furnace or something like that. But the point was, because Daniel represented God so well, it to the point where the king who don't even believe in God actually issued a decree saying that, look, anybody who curse or disrespects the God of Daniel, getting punished.
Exactly. That brings glory to God. Because I wonder how many people then became curious. Let me get to know this guy. I got questions. So who in your life? I got questions. Because Nebuchadnezzar wasn't the only one.
Yep.
Can we talk about it? Okay. There was another king. I forget his name. King Darius. Was it Darius? Darius? I don't even remember his name. This is back when Daniel got thrown into the lion's den.
Yeah.
This man don't even believe in God.
Yeah.
But would constantly say to Daniel, I hope the God whom you serve so faithfully. I'm so sorry. I'm getting too excited. I need to relax.
That's good.
I need to relax.
Giggle for me.
I need to relax. Because here we're talking about your life being on display. So here is somebody looking from the outside in and can see your faithfulness to your God. The God whom you serve so faithfully. Will he be able to rescue you? So then this man who don't even believe in God, I need to relax, goes home that night and fast. Can we? Okay.
I'm weak.
I need to go down.
Thanks.
I need to
turn down entertainment. Yeah.
You don't even believe in God, yet you fasting to God? You don't even believe.
That's good.
Okay. All because Daniel's life was on display. And it brought glory to God. So then he runs back. Daniel was the God, once again, whom you so faithfully serve. He said that over and over.
It was Daniel's response for me.
Over and over again. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's really good. And also, I think about Meshach and the other one. I forgot the other one. Also, where they basically represented God so well that they told King Nebuchadnezzar, let me make it clear, like, even if our God do not save us from this fiery furnace, we still refuse to bow down to this gold statue that you done made.
Yep.
And
that's so good.
Yeah, and because of that, they went to the fiery furnace or whatever. Of course, you know, God kept them, allowed them to make it out safely. And after that,
what did he say? Go ahead.
After that, he was just like, he was shocked. And he was just like, he actually promoted them to like higher ranks or something like that within Babylon, because they honored God so well with their life, because they actually lived the way that they were supposed to live, knowing that their lives were on display.
And he acknowledged God as the Most High God. We're talking about being in a land where there were many gods. I'm gonna shout. I'm sorry, this is so good to me. I'm sorry, y'all. This is so good to me. And because of the way that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the way that Daniel represented God, carried God, faithfully served God, people who had all these other gods to believe in, probably believed in these other gods, realized y'all ain't about nothing. They served the Most High God. All because their life was on display to bring glory to God. So I ask again, when people look at your life, what God do they see? Do they see the Most High God? Or do they see demons? I got questions. When's the last time somebody has looked at your life and got curious about the God you serve?
That's good.
I got questions. When? All right, I'm going to stop. Go ahead. I'm going to shut up.
Oh, you can read that part?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, that was going back to when Daniel got delivered from the lion's den, and I basically just kind of put the king's response, how he literally came back and to read to his whole kingdom that they should tremble with fear. I'm sorry, y'all. This is taking me out. Before the God of Daniel. Before the God of Daniel. Before the God of Daniel. Can we like talk about it?
That's crazy. It just speaks to the power of just living like we're supposed to live, and honoring God with our lives.
Yes, for He is the living God. I'm stuck. I'm sorry. I done got stuck. I'm stuck. This is still what He's saying. Go find it. Daniel 6:26. For He is the living God. I don't even believe.
And He will endure forever.
And He will endure forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed, and His rule will never end. The next verse then goes on to say how He rescues His people. I'm about to run.
All because.
Literally. This man don't believe. I'm stuck on that.
Yeah.
This man literally don't believe in God. Yet has fasted. Can we talk about it? Yet has now acknowledged God, and now telling other people. He's now evangelizing. Can we talk about it? Tremble with the fear of the Lord.
That's right.
Before the God of Daniel. He's the living God. Can we talk about it? What was the catalyst? Who was the catalyst?
That's good.
I got questions.
So at the end of the day, how we live our lives matter, because again, we're on full display.
Literally.
And people are watching. You believers and non-believers alike.
Yes.
So let's be like Daniel.
Facts. Let's be like
Daniel. And represent God well, and just do our best to honor God with bring glory to God and honor Him with our lives, because it matters.
It does. I'm stuck. I'm sorry. We could just end this. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep talking. I'm just listening. I'm stuck because I really need us to examine. I really need us to examine. I really need us to take some time to reflect on who has the glory in your life.
That's good.
I got questions. Are they saying that your God is the Most High God? Or do they look at you and see darkness? Do they look at you and feel comfortable being double-minded?
That's good.
Do they look at you and feel comfortable being lukewarm? I got questions. Or do they feel convicted when I got questions. Are they okay with just talking any kind of way around you? Talking about any and everything around you? Or do they have to pause and be like, oh, my bad. My bad. I used to get offended when I know somebody and they were cussing. I used to get offended.
I get annoyed. I used to get annoyed.
No, I used to get offended when they were cussing and then apologize.
Oh, I'm weak.
I used to get super offended, but then I kind of realized, just kind of God in me. But who are you representing? I got questions. And maybe we need to start examining that. Who's on display? That's going to be the name of it. Right. Is on display, okay? Because, I got stuck.
Right. Who do people see when they see you?
And is it Jesus? All right. Or is it crystals and sage and zodiac signs?
That's good.
All right. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
My bad. I feel that one. So I'm just going to stop. I'm just going, I feel this thing. So shut up. I'm ready to go fight. Okay. My bad. I'm done. I'm gonna shut up.
That's all I got.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Like you said, it's just important to examine and just to realize that this life that we live, it's not about us. It's about God at the end of the day, and we have to represent God well in everything that we do. Because a lot of times also we're okay with, giving certain areas of our lives to God while withholding others. But we have to learn how to represent well in everything that we do. Mm-hmm. Because it matters.
It does.
Because once again, I feel like I said this like 1,000 times throughout the episode, but people are watching. Yep. And what are they seeing?
Exactly.
Like you said, what are they seeing when they look at us? So, yeah.
Exactly. That's so good. Is their faith charged? I got questions, y'all. I keep saying I'm gonna shut up, and I keep talking. Is their faith charged after they look at you? Or are they like, they got a regular life? Why would I want to go serve their God?
That's real.
All right, I'm stop talking. So yeah, go ahead. You about to say something? Nope. Don't forget to like. We just need closing. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and ask God who's on display in my life. Okay, is it you, or is it the world, or is it the devil, or is it darkness, or is it me? Can we talk about it?
That's good too.
Okay. Yeah. So, if any of you guys are feeling stuck, stagnant, stale in your relationship with God, you need a little jump start, click the link down in the description. It's called, and get your free copy, free 99, of the 5 ways to deepen your relationship with God, where we are going to work through 5 daily habits for you to start employing that could help you draw near to God, because he told us in his word that if we draw near to him, he will draw near to us, not the other way around. Okay, y'all. All right, I'll move on. So I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. Okay, so I need to calm down. I'm on all the smoke right now, so I need to relax.
I'm screaming.
So yeah, go get your free copy, and I'm just gonna. We out.